Hi class, my name is James Adler and I'm here today to give you a TED Talk. I'm going to talk a little bit about my leadership style, how I've developed this class, and taken some things we've learned this semester and how I'm going to add that in my leadership style and just some previous experiences. So some background to me, before I came into this course, I saw a leader, and I feel like many of us saw a leader as someone in power, someone who is above us, could be a team captain, a boss, a shift manager, someone who's above us in the workplace or in life that we looked up to and sought advice from. Now, going a little bit further back from that, back in the day, so we're talking, before we were all even born, our parents, our grandparents, in the workplace or on a sports team, there's a leader. So you had the leader with the coach, with the captain, with the boss at work, the CEO of a company, and they were up here, and you were down here as the worker. And what that leader said, that's what went. That was the final decision. You did that. You took their instruction. They didn't care. They didn't want to get to know you. It's just they wanted the job done and they wanted it done right. Now, fast forwarding to the 21st century, and what I've learned in this class is that leaders need to adopt a more laissez-faire and servant style of leadership. This meaning they need to become more compassionate, understanding with employees in order to build a strong relationship and a stronger sense of bond. A leader shouldn't be someone up on a pedestal telling people what to do. To me, a leader should be someone down on the ground floor, doing the work with employees, being there, being open for discussion, ready to answer any questions. The leader should be someone who's had done that work before. Same thing. Leader on a sports team, leader is always going to be someone who's going to run through a brick wall. But I believe on a sports team, a leader should be someone who runs through a brick wall, but they're more concerned about who they're going to bring with them when they're running through that wall. So a little bit about my background. In the summers, I worked for a hockey school where I was a mid-level manager. So this meant each week I traveled to a new city, and I was responsible for managing 40 kids each week, along with a staff of 4 to 5 people. Now, you can imagine dealing with 40 kids a week is a big enough challenge, but as a manager managing the staff, oftentimes my staff was all my age. So I was 20 when I started this job. So at that time I was 20. My goalie instructor was 24. And I had a few other staff members who were 19 and 20. So everyone was about the same age, a little bit older, and I was their manager and go-to. So this was very challenging for me to be a leader and get their level of respect. And I obtained this through being caring, compassionate outside the workplace, being their friend, having an understanding once we got to the workplace, it was work time, we had to put things aside. And I was able to build a very strong relationship with this group of guys I traveled around with because they had my back and I had theirs. And I was down on the ground floor doing the work with them. Now, piggybacking off of that, dealing with the kids in the workplace. So same thing, I had to provide kids instruction. And I remember when I was a kid looking up to leaders, team captains, coaches, parents. There's a lot of negativity and there's a lot of yelling at kids, providing negative feedback. And what I learned is kids don't respond well to this. So I really tried to get to know my kids, be out there doing the work with them instead of blowing the whistle. I do the drills with them, skate with them, show them I was doing the work. And when it was time to break down drills and show them what they did wrong, I didn't just sit there and bark at them and yell at them and say, hey, you did this, this, and this wrong. Instead, what I try to do, even if they did it completely wrong, I try to find some positives, like, hey, your stick was in the right place. You kept your head up. Great job there. Now, next time, let's keep those knees bent, let's get those arms pumping from back to front. So by this, I provided some positive feedback first before I reprimanded them for what they could do better. This way, they had the trust in me, and I had the trust in them, and we were all able to work together. So I'll leave you with that. This course taught me that you need to be more of a hands-off leader and more of a self-leader in order to become a better leader in the world.